Shabbat Shalom. This week we read from Parshat Emor. And I want to focus this Shabbat on one element of the offerings that were brought first in the Mishkan and then later in the Beit HaMikdash, in the temple in Jerusalem. And that's the role of bread. Twice, bread is mentioned in this week's Parsha. The first example is that 2 loaves of challah were to be brought to feed the Kohanim, which makes perfect sense. They, after all, do have to eat. But in the record of sacred time, we find the lechem hapanim, the 12 loaves of the showbread that were brought on Friday, warm and moist out of the oven, placed on a table, and kept by the altar for the entire week. Until the following Friday, 12 new loaves would replace the 12 old loaves. So what's the symbolism of the challah? In the first place, challah is an example of the partnership between God and humanity in the creation and perfection and completion of the world. Bread is something that man and God make together. God provides the laws of nature that create wheat. But think of how much has to go into turning that wheat into flour, and then into dough, and then into challah. So bread, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, the staff of life, is in fact a partnership, an equal partnership between God and humanity. It's not like Islam teaches that God is everything and humanity is nothing. Or like humanism teaches that human beings are everything and God is nothing. But Judaism sees that we are shutafim l'kodesh baruch hu b'maseh breshit. We are partners with God in the creation of the world. And the second point I want to make has to do with the lechem hapanim, the showbread. That the Midrash teaches that one of the miracles of the lechem hapanim was that the 12 loaves were as fresh and warm at the end of the week as they were on the day that they were brought there. The bread did not become stale like regular bread. And I think what this Midrash is trying to teach is that like the lechem hapanim, which has the number 12. And as we sang in Who Knows 1, 12 of the number of tribes, that the lechem hapanim represented the entire Jewish people. And the meaning of the lechem hapanim is that we are born warm and moist and tasty, and we have to make sure that as we progress on our journey of life, that as we age, we don't become dry and stale. And the way to do that, the Midrash suggests, is through the study of Torah and the performance of mitzvot. That only by growing in wisdom and in spirit do we remain fresh and warm as if we just came out of the oven. Perhaps that is the secret of the longevity of the Jewish people and the miracle of the 12 loaves of the lechem hapanim. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a Zis and Shabbos, and I'll see you in Shul.